The following is a special live prime time presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. You know, it's always helpful to, when you start talking, to finish that burp from the water you just drank. Why, hi there, everybody. My name is Ron Juckett, and we are doing our first by request broadcast of the Corona crisis of 2020. Someone on YouTube wants to see the 1975 Baltimore Colts play the 1975 Washington Redskins. And so, by God, I'm going to play the 1975 Baltimore Colts with Burt Jones as quarterback against the 1975 Washington Redskins with Sonny Jurgensen. And somebody by the name of Theismann is the third string there. I'm not quite sure. I think he's got to take a pee or something like that. I really don't know much about these teams. It is well before my time. Well, not well before, considering that I was about 3 years old when this football season started. Not like I have a lot of warm and fuzzy memories for that. But if you are a fan of mid-70s football, this should be a dandy. They can run the football. Burt Jones and Sonny Jurgensen were some of the top quarterbacks in the NFL that year. It's 83 degrees at RFK Stadium. The wind is, it's light. And so we're just kind of here to have a good time. And remember, from the one that asked for it, here you go. It's the Colts and the Redskins from 1975. And some idiot forgot to hit the button to change the offense and the defense. So we're going to do the kicky here. Laird is the deep man for Baltimore. He stands on his 8. I don't know why this is listed as the Redskins field. There were no logos at RFK in 1975. Johnson and McCauley are the upmen. They stand on their own 15-yard line. And Washington will kick deep. Baltimore will return. The game is away, taken at the 10 to the 20, 30-yard line. 40, good return. And Mark Mosley, the kicker.
Receiving team.
Well, it won't matter. George on the penalty. Mosley made the tackle at the 48. A 39-yard gain becomes nothing. A boost mobile ad. Okay. Let me change something here. So Burt Jones is the quarterback. Completed 59% of his passes in 1975. That is an absolute metric ton. Bill Olds is the fullback. He ran for 281 yards and caught 30 passes out of the backfield. I'm pretty good, Robbie. Pretty tired, but pretty good. Lydell Mitchell, 60 catches out of the backfield and 1,200 on the ground. Glenn Dowdy is the flanker. Roger Carr, the veteran, is the split end. And the tight end is Raymond Chester. You might remember him from his years with the Oakland Raiders. Mitchell on 1st and 10. Off tackle right from the 7-yard line. He gets it across the 10, and Bass makes the stop. Mike Bass after a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6. Let's meet the Baltimore offensive line. George Coons is the left tackle, and he's a 10 and a 10. Ken Huff is the left guard. Ken Mendenhall is the center. Forrest Blue is the right guard. No, it's, I think, just part of the territory, Robbie. Got lots of stuff going on. David Taylor is the right tackle. Old short flat pass from the 6. Jones finds him far sideline across the 10. It's a 1st down. Dusick with the tackle, a gain of 6. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Colts from their own 17. Just the opening minute of things here on our prime time stream. Let's meet the Redskin defense, shall we? They play a 4-3. Ron McDowell is the left defensive end. George Allen, by the way, is the coach of Washington. Bill Brundage is the left tackle. Dyron Talbot is the right tackle. And Big Dave Butts, who would play such a huge role in those Washington Redskin teams. He's got to be pretty young here. He's the right end. Brad Dusick is the left outside linebacker. Harold McClinton, who looks a lot like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, fills the middle. And Chris Hanberger, the Hall of Famer, is the right outside linebacker. Mike Bass, who made that tackle, is the left corner. Pat Fisher is the right corner. Eddie Brown is the free safety. And Kenny Houston is on Raymond Chester as the strong safety. 1st and 10. Trap right for Bill Olds. Hand off from Burt Jones across the 20. He cuts to the near side and got himself a gain of 8. So 2nd and 2. Jones looks so 70s there. Nice old bushy haircut. Lydell Mitchell. Going to run an awful lot in this ball game. Sweeps it right side to the near side. He gets a block. He gets a first down. Talbot with the tackle, a gain of 3. 1st and 10 for the, I almost said Orioles, for the Colts from their own 28-yard line. It's back in the day when there were actually 6 exhibition games per season, and starting maybe as soon as 2021, we'll be down to 3 exhibition games per season. Mitchell in the flat to the near side. Jones overthrows him. 2nd and 10. 11:55 to go in the opening quarter. First drive of the ball game. The Battle of D.C. between the Colts and the Redskins on a beautiful day at RFK. 83 degrees. Bill Olds. Off tackle right from the 28 across the 30. Talbot with the tackle. That's a gain of 2. Olds has 2 carries for 10 tackles, and it's 3rd and 8 for Baltimore on their own 30-yard line. Roger Carr on a medium slant. Jones back to throw. He rates. It's picked down. I believe that's to Mitchell. It is. Hanberger with a tackle, and that's only a gain of 3. So Jones went to his second read, and he got actually hit by somebody else, and Baltimore will start this one with a punt. So 7 plays, 26 yards, and David Lee will punt to Jones. Lee will stand on his own 18. And Washington will return this from around the 20. Larry Jones, by the way, the returner. Jones at the 18, across the 20. Munsey with the tackle, gain of 5. 49-yard punt, 5-yard return. So 1st and 10 for Washington. And Billy Kilmer, at 36 years old, is the quarterback for the Washington Redskins. Larry Brown is the fullback. He ran for 352 yards. And Mike Thomas, who ran for nearly 1,000 yards, is the primary back. And again, both running backs can catch. The flanker is Charlie Taylor, 53 catches and 744 yards. The split end is Frank Grant, and he does some end-around stuff too. And the tight end is one Jerry Smith. 1st and 10. Trap right for Mike Thomas from the 23. Gets a decent block. McLeod makes the tackle after a gain of 3. 2nd and 7 from the DC 26. Let's meet the Redskin offensive line, shall we? Terry Hermeling is the left tackle. Ray Schonke is the left guard. Len House, I love that hair, is the center, and he's a good one. Walt Sweeney is the right guard. And George Stark, no relation to Ringo, is the right tackle. 2nd and 7. Larry Brown trap right. Handoff from Kilmer over the 30 and a first down. as Mumford makes the tackle in the secondary. Walt Sweeney, the right guard, made the big block, and Lloyd Mumford with the tackle. Let's meet the Baltimore defense. They play a 4-3. Fred Cook is the left defensive end. Had 13 sacks in 1975. Joe Ehrman, and he looks like he's from 1975, is the left tackle. Mike Barnes is the right tackle. And John Dutton, again, a very 70s pitcher, is the right defensive end. The linebackers, Darrell Luce is on the left. Jim Chiunsky is the middle linebacker. And Tom McLeod is the right outside linebacker. Nelson Muncy, who made one of those tackles, is the left corner. He's on Grant. Lloyd Mumford, not sure if there's a son involved there or not, is the right corner. Bruce Laird, oh my God, the hair is the strong safety. And Jackie Wallace is the free safety. And so you've met everybody here. RG3 isn't even born yet. So 1st and 10 for Kilmer. Going to look for Charlie Taylor on a medium hitch. Under center, and the ball is stripped. Cook with a fumble, Cook with a sack, and Cook has it for Baltimore. So George Allen does not like the pass, and Billy Kilmer just had it ripped out of his hand. The Colts take over from the Washington 29. So that was just no protection. Cook ripped it out and made the sack and recovered his own fumble. That's pretty good if you ask me. So 8:56 to go. Second possession from the Colts on the Washington 29. Olds in the flat far side. Jones has him across the 30. First down over the 20. And Dusick with a tackle at the 16. That's a gain of 13. So that's the right call. Olds 2 catches for 19 yards. And Jones starts off 3 for 4 for 22. 1st and 10 from the Washington 16. Lydell Mitchell will try a sweep to the near sideline from the 16. Turns the corner and is hit by Talbot. McDowell is hurt for Washington. He'll be back in a few plays. So the clock will stop with the very Vermont 8:02 to go in the first quarter. So Mitchell gets nothing and has to like it. 2nd and 10 for Jones and company. Colts in white with the dark blue numbers, the white helmet with a horseshoe, and the gray face mask. Washington in the red jerseys with the white numbers, and I believe yellow pants, with the burgundy helmet with the Redskin logo on the side, and nope, that is not a yellow face mask. Bite your tongue, it's all gray in 75. 2nd and 10. Glenn Dowdy. Short cross to him. Jones whirls around. He goes down to a running back. That is Mitchell. It's a gain of 7. Hamburger, not hamburger, but Hamburger makes the tackle, and it's 3rd and 3 from the 9-yard line. And I don't know who the hell is kicking for Baltimore, but he's got a 66% chance of making it from here. I'm waiting for Dave to tell me, let's go miss. So Mitchell on 3rd and 3. Pitch to the right is the call. Mitchell's got it, has a hole and a touchdown. So the turnover hurts. Mike Bass made the initial stop, but Mitchell cut towards the near sideline, and Lydell is in for the first points of the game. 4 plays, 29 yards. And only a minute 53 off the clock. There we go. So 6-0 Baltimore. And the extra point is straight, true, and good by Tony Linehart. A straight-ahead kicker. Makes it 7-0 Baltimore. You are watching Corona Football Special on Retro Sports Network, live on Twitch.tv, sponsored by DigitalDice.com. Enough plugs in there? So, again, Jones will stand on his 8-yard line. Baltimore won the toss. Brunette and Nelson are the upmen. Leinhart tees it up at the 35. 83 degrees, barely any wind. You got to figure they're changing the name of that, Robbie. Here's the kick. Gets taken at the 5 to the 15, 20, 30. Good return. The ball is loose, and Schonk recovers for Washington. So Larry Jones is hit at the 36 by Vardy. And Washington will recover. So they'll have it 1st and 10. 6:53 to go, first quarter. Todd Gurley was traded to the Bucs by the Rams along with someone else for Tampa's #1 pick this year, and I forget who else. But you got to think, Mr. Forsberg, that Tampa has become a very serious contender in a big hurry because Tom Brady is going to have something he didn't have in New England. He's going to have a running game. 1st and 10 for the Redskins. Mike Thomas will sweep it to the right. They'll stick with it. No audible. Thomas waits for a hole. He goes to the 40-yard line. Thank you, Appa Brian. And for a gain of 4, it'll be 2nd and 6 for the Redskins from their own 40. 7-0 Baltimore. 75 special request. When they didn't want Nights on Broadway, the specific message was these two teams are very fun. Okay, we'll see. And certainly with Kilmer and Jones, they're good quarterbacks. And David is kind of hoping that the pewter power turns into creamsicle for sure. Larry Brown sweeps to the right side on 2nd and 6, gets a block, 1st down over midfield, and Luce will bring him down after a gain of 12. So the Redskins have it. 2 plays, 16 yards, and their next snap will be from the Baltimore 48 with 5:59 and the clock running. Thomas in the flat far side, and Kilmer leads him astray. George Allen, of course, a run 1st, run 2nd, and run 3rd coach. And Kilmer completed about 50% of his passes. 2nd and 10. Thomas on the draw. No audible again. A give from Kilmer. And Thomas is hit by Cook after the 45. A gain of 3. It's a 2nd tackle for Fred Cook. So 3rd and 7. And so Kilmer's going to have to go there. They go 3 wide. Roy Jefferson, Charlie Taylor, and Frank Grant, the receivers. Taylor, medium slant, Kilmer under center. He waits, he throws, caught, 20, 10, touchdown Washington. Charlie Taylor, 45 yards, and just like that, the Redskins are on the board. A 45-yard touchdown pass. Here it is again. The Colts really weren't expecting it. Taylor caught it at about the 32 and went all the way to pay dirt. So 5 plays, 64 yards, and 2.5 off the clock. And Mark Mosley's coming in for the extra point. Can he make good? Yes, he can. And with 4:23 to go in the first quarter, the Colts and Redskins are tied at 7. Mark Mosley, if you forget, was the NFL MVP in 1982 and was always a straight-ahead kicker. Laird back deep with Johnson and McCauley back to return. Mosley boots it to the 8-yard line. Laird across the 20, 30. Owens with a tackle at the 37. That's a gain of 27. 2 shots. Update. This is a Retro Sports Network Newsflash update. So, Canada Cup update from the Forum in Montreal. It is a bad start for Team Canada. 2 shots on goal for 2 goals, and those pesky Russians lead our brave Canadians 2-0. We now return you back to the football game already not in progress. So Lydell Mitchell from the 37. Good field position for Baltimore to start this drive. Pitch to the right is the call. Jones does it. Mitchell tries to go towards the near sideline. Won't get anything. Dusick, 37-yard line. No gain. That's Brad's third tackle. Jones, 4 of 5 for 29 yards. And hard to believe the Redskins have outgained Baltimore 70-55. Glenn Dowdy. Medium slant. Jones under center. Rolls near side. Tries to find Roger Carr, and that's incomplete. The turf was always bad, yes, in the 70s when both the baseball team and the football team used the same stadium. But we're at RFK, and the Senators are enjoying all their time in the world in Arlington, Texas, because they're the Rangers by then. But yeah, you're right. Oakland, especially, in Atlanta, those fields got chewed up. 3rd and 10. Johnson is a third receiver. Marshall Johnson. They look to Raymond Chester on a medium cross. Jones under center, waits for Chester to run the route. Can't do it. Tipped by Ken Houston, and Baltimore is forced to punt. 3 and out. 3:19 to go, and Baltimore squandered decent field position. So David Lee is back out to punt. Jones, who's already bobbled one ball, is back to return for Washington. Baltimore will punt it deep. And Washington will call for a fair catch inside the 15. In fact, it's at the 15-yard line. 48-yard punt, no return. 3:14 to go in the opening quarter. It's the Colts 7, the Redskins 7. Now, wonder for some of you, and obviously when you're watching this on YouTube later, you can tell me. Now, the Giants and the Jets, post-merger, always played a preseason game against each other. It was always a big deal for the Jets. Did the Colts and the Redskins play a preseason game against each other? You know, when they were both in the NFL, Mike Thomas, trap right on 1st and 10. Flag is down. Thomas across the 20. Mumford makes the tackle at the 22.
Encroachment, defense.
But they'll take the 5 yards and keep it first down. Cook made contact. And when I say they were both in the NFL, Baltimore, of course, moved to the AFC in 1970 after the merger. So did the Colts actually play the Redskins once a year when they were in the NFL? When they both were strictly NFL teams before the two conferences, they both were not in the same division. Washington played in the East, and Baltimore played in the West. And I'm sure that was the edict of one of the owners. Update now from Montreal. It's 3-0 Soviet Union on 3 shots. What game are you playing, Dave? So 1st and 5 for the Redskins. Thomas, trap right, hand off from Kilmer. Thomas is stood up at the 20 by Cook, or 21. So 3 tackles for Fred Cook. 2nd and 4 for Washington from their own 21. So Kilmer looks to the sidelines. George Allen says run. Oh, he's playing shootout. Okay, wow. So still first period. We don't know how many shots yet. 3 scoring chances is the right way to do that. Medium slant for Grant. Under center. Kilmer goes down to the near sideline, and that's deflected, and Mumford nearly got a hand on it. Incomplete. Only preseason game he can remember was a Hall of Fame game in the 80s. That would have been in Akron or Canton. Yeah, I don't... You know, Baltimore and Washington were not the rivals that, of course, the 2 New York teams were. And you go back to the 60s, before the merger, Baltimore and Green Bay were big division rivals. Baltimore to go out to Los Angeles every year, and San Francisco. 3rd down and 4. Thomas Trap right. Hand off from Kilmer. Thomas gets a block. Thomas will get the Dave Gardner measurement. How about that? Mumford makes a tackle at the 25. And it's a generous spot, which the Colts don't like. 1st and 10. 2:08 to go first quarter. So the Redskins have run it 7 times for 37 yards. Brown this time. Off tackle right. Hand off from Kilmer. And he stood up by Mumford at the 26. Give him 1. So we'll be under a minute to go in the first quarter after this next tackle, or the next play. Remember, was it 81 or 82? Back when the Hall of Fame game was part of Wide World of Sports. They had such a bad thunderstorm roll through Canton that they canceled the game. Medium cross to the tight end, Smith. Kilmer waits, throws. Smith's got it at the 40. It's a gain of 16. And the Redskins have it 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. 50 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Clock running. Denson in the ball game. Moses Denson. Off tackle left from the 42, and he's hit by Dutton at the 45. That's a gain of 3, and that will be the end of the first quarter. So an entertaining opening. 15 minutes of football. It's Baltimore 7, Washington 7. This is oh, you know what? Wow. Good job, Ronnie. I thought I changed that. Look at the title of the stream. Action PC Baseball Football Special. We're not playing baseball tonight. We will have, however, the Dodgers and the Phillies tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, right here on Retro Sports Network. Let's take a look at our Digital Dice scoreboard summary. From the form in Montreal, it's 3-0 Soviets over the Canadians. That's with an A, and the Canada Cup. 72, the Summit Series. Green Bay, San Diego, 1980. Mark says, okay. Robbie's updating his Action PC basketball game. So Lydell Mitchell, on a 9-yard run, made it 7-0 Baltimore with 7:03 to go. And then Billy Kilmer hit Charlie Taylor on a medium slant for 45 yards, and that made it 7-7. So 5 first downs for Washington, 4 for Baltimore. Time of possession, you can't get much more even than that. 7:31 for the Skins, 7:29 for the Colts. And Billy Kilmer is outplaying Burt Jones. It's early. So we start the second quarter, 2nd and 7. Washington. DJ John, I've been worried about you. How are you doing? 2nd and 7 from the 45 of Washington. Denson again. Fullback dive, handoff from Kilmer, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage by Luce for no gain. Howard Cosell almost got hit by lightning. I'm sure his toupee did. 3rd down and 7. They'll go 3 wide. Jefferson, the third receiver. Thomas will block for Kilmer. Medium hitch to Grant. Kilmer throws. Grant's got it. 1st down. Hit by Muncie for a gain of 16. I do remember that. Of course, I'm sure there was all sorts of grounding in Canton. So spot it at the Colt 39, 14:07 to go. So when Kilmer's gone to the air, he's 3 of 5 for 77 yards. Brown back in the game with Thomas in the backfield. Larry Brown. Trap left. Hand off from the 39. He keeps the legs moving, and Laird will make the tackle after a 3-yard gain. There's an update for baseball, too. They both come out today. Or Wednesday. So, 2nd and 7. John, you missed game 2 of our Patreon thing. I got to still put those up on YouTube. So 2nd and 7 for Kilmer and company on the Baltimore 36. Thomas, off tackle left to the near side, and he's hit by Chunski for no gain. So the Redskins, 11 plays, 49 yards, 5.5 minutes off the clock. 3:14. Okay, well, I did not know that there was one. There's been emails, so I just haven't necessarily sat and read them all. I've had other things to worry about. 3rd down and 7. Kilmer under center. Oh, they might want to hold off on that. Medium slant to Frank Grant. Kilmer throws to the tight end instead, and Smith has himself a 10-yard gain and a 1st down. So he went to Jerry Smith, and Smith is hit by Bruce Laird at the 26 of Baltimore. Yeah, you don't want to intentionally walk batters for no reason. That's not good. So 1st and 10 for the Redskins. Long drive, 12 plays, 59 yards. Thomas, pitch right to the far side. Thomas gets a block. He's over the 25. Cook with the tackle at the 24. And that is a gain of 4, 2nd and 6. And the Redskins trying to drive it into the Baltimore red zone. Mark Mosley would have a 66% chance of hitting it from here if they couldn't go any further. 11 minutes to go, clock running. Denson. Ooh, not a good... let's go to Montreal for an update. Well, for Team Canada, it's not been a good first period. It's 4-0 Soviet Union in the opening game of the Summit Series. I'll have to take a look. Dennison sweeps to the right. Baltimore doesn't like what they see, and they'll call timeout. 10:57 to go, first half. 7-7 Seagrams over ice. Colts and Redskins. Dennison again. Sweep to the right. Goes to the far side, over the 20. And Luce will bring him down to 17, give him 5, and it'll be 3rd and a short 1. So the Redskins just kind of hanging in there. Ball control offense, 14 plays, 68 yards, and they've taken 7:28 off the clock. Smith and Reed are the 2 tight ends here. Thomas and Brown, the running back, as the Redskins go to a 2 tight end set. They'll work it out of the eye. Brown on a fullback dive. Handoff from Kilmer. Dutton makes a tackle, and they got 3. They needed 1, and it's 1st down, Washington. So Brown stays in the game. Grant comes back in, shuffles off the play to Kilmer. Kilmer's going to audible here. Medium slanted Charlie Taylor. This is going to be trouble. Kilmer is hit from behind by Dutton for a loss of 3. Kilmer looked up and saw what Baltimore was doing. Checked out the run. George Allen not a happy camper. It's 2nd and 13 from the Baltimore 17. And the Redskins have run a 16-play drive. Thomas. Sweep right side from the 17. Gets a block. 15. Muncie with a tackle at the 10. That's a gain of 7. So 3rd and 6 for Washington. 9:34 off the clock. Baltimore has not had the football here in the second quarter, and we're going to be at about 8 minutes when this play is done. Frank Grant. Short cross. Kilmer throws. Grant, touchdown, Washington Redskins. So a little short little dinker. And the Redskins are on the board again. Grant, 2 catches, 26 yards, and a score. Here's the replay. Kilmer found him rather easily, and it's 13-7. And again, at Very Vermont, 8:02 to go in the half. 18 plays, 85 yards, And 10-12 off the clock. Mosley boots it through. And it's now Washington 14, Baltimore 7. So Captain Carl, by the way, 1967 is our newest follower. He makes 73. And he's our newest sub. Thank you, sir. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. Laird, back deep. On his 8. Johnson and McCauley, the upman. Mosley gets a boot on it. Laird from the 11 across the 20. He's hit by Bass at the 38. Officially a gain of 28. No flags on the play. 1st and 10 for Baltimore with 7:54 to go. Colts are down to 2 timeouts. Washington has not burned any. Glenn Dowdy. Medium slant. Colts thrown on 1st down. Jones waits. Got Dowdy at the 45-yard line of Washington, or the 46. That's a gain of 16, and the Colts have a 1st down. So the Colts operating on the Washington half of the field. 1st and 10. Bill Olds. Trap right. Handoff from Jones. He cuts it back towards the middle. Dusick with the tackle at the 43, a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Shout out to my mom, who, to get us through, has made enough food for Sarah and I to have some quick meals, as Sarah continues to fill in for my night people. I had cod that was out of this world. Kind of appropriate we're doing a Maryland team, because she just smothered that in Old Bay. And Sarah had some chili. And so the residents at her facility will be appreciating how warm and fuzzy she will be. Yeah, it was very good. 2nd and 7. Lydell Mitchell. Off tackle right from the 43. 1st down. He's over the 35. Bass with a tackle after a gain of 10. 1st and 10. From the Washington 33. So Baltimore, after being off the field for most of the quarter, making hay. 3 plays, 29 yards. Raymond Chester. Short slant to the tight end. Jones waits. Chester has it. 1st down inside the 10. It's a gain of 24 yards as Ken Houston makes the tackle at the 9-yard line. Just a good play. Chester had it at the 25, cut towards the near sideline, and Kenny Houston couldn't bring him down until they got inside the 10. You know, the thing with fish is if it's fresh, it should never taste fishy. That's the thing. If it's fresh fish should not taste fishy. Something to think about from the folks at Gorton's Fish Sticks. So 1st and goal from the 9. About 5 minutes to go here in the 1st half. Off tackle right for Mitchell, and Washington didn't like what they saw, and they'll call a timeout. So with 5:18 to go, both teams are down to 2 timeouts. Same play, give to Mitchell. He gets to the 5 before Dusick makes his talk. Brad's been the busy little beaver. That's his 5th tackle. 7 carries for Mitchell for 30 yards. And 2nd and goal will go under 5 minutes on the next snap. Don McCauley will come in with Mitchell. Update now from Montreal. Bum 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 bum. The Soviets, after 1 period, have Team Canada on the ropes. It's 5-1. Soviet Union. Dave, by the way, is going to do that as a Calico series. He's got 4 different game engines. Remember, they played in 4 different sites in each of the 2 countries. And so game 1 is played using shootout hockey. Cute little quick play game, and that'll be burned, I think, for game 5, which I believe was in Moscow. McCauley Fullback dive from the 5. Handoff from Jones, and McClinton will bring him down at the 3. Gain of 2. So 3rd and goal for Baltimore. And they'll go to a 2 tight end set. Chester and Kennedy, the tight ends. Dowdy stays in as a wide receiver. Mitchell and Olds will split out of the eye. Mitchell. Sweep left. Flag is down.
False start. Offense, number 26.
And Mitchell moved early, and so it'll be 3rd and 8 from the 8-yard line. Oh, I love Smelt. Mark says the sooner the Smelt will be running in the upper Michigan. And he might, Ratcats might do it all on shootout because it's all set up. So Olds back in the game. Dowdy, Carr, and Chester the receivers. The tight end, oof. Oof. And oof. Short cross to Dowdy. Jones has time, but it's deflected by Harold McClinton. Actually, he hurried him, and Jones couldn't get it away. So 4th and goal, and so Tony Leinhart will come out for the field goal. So 7 plays, 54 yards, and the drive is stopped at the Redskin 8. Leinhart with Marty Domrus to hold and Mendenhall to snap it. From 25, it's good. So 8 plays, 54 yards, 342 to go in the half. It's the Redskins 10, or the Redskins 14 rather. This is why I'm not a professional announcer. The Colts 10. Jones back deep for Washington. Brunette and Nelson. Could be Brunet too. Liutman. And Leinhart got a good foot on it. 5, 10, 20, 30. And Jones is hit at the 39. No flag. A good one for Larry Jones. Oh, Robbie says the basketball update improved the playoff screen so you can easily know where to seed teams when you're doing a 16-team tournament. So good return. 1st and 10 from the Washington 39 with 3:31 to go. George Allen looks down. Medium cross to Charlie Taylor. Kilmer throwing it on 1st down. Taylor has it, a gain of 14. And Washington has a 1st and 10 from the Baltimore 47. 3:23 to go. Kilmer, 6 of 8 now for 111 yards. Thomas, trap right from the 47. And is stood up by Cook at the 46 for a 1-yard gain. 2:46 to go in the first half. 14-10 Washington on this coronavirus football special. By request. And you should know that the music from my train sim video is all muted. So can't do that. So glad to have you along, all you watching live. 2nd and 9 for Washington. Brown back in the backfield for the Redskins. Screen to Thomas is the call. The throw is caught. 1st down inside the 30. Thomas got it in the backfield, and they got a gain of 18. Tom McLeod with a tackle. Had nothing to do with the metal music. Had everything to do with the copyright. And so we've hit the 2-minute warning here at RFK Stadium. Washington on the Baltimore 28 driving. They lead 14-10. This is a pro football special presented by DigitalDice.com on Retro Sports Network. And I'm grabbing a cough drop when we get to the half here. So 1st and 10 from the Colt 28. Thomas. Trap left, hand off from Kilmer, and Baltimore sniffed that one out. Dutton got him at the line of scrimmage. Baltimore playing run all the way. And Kilmer just goes back to the line. It's a quick play call. 2nd and 10 coming up. Grant on a medium slant. Kilmer waits, throws. Grant can't get there, and there's no flag. Not sick, Robbie. This is my second stream of the day. Plus a video call. Plus some other things. You're just using the voice an awful lot. 3rd and 10. From the 28, a minute 27 to go. Jefferson in as the third wide receiver. He's at the near side of your screen. Jerry Smith on a medium slant to the tight end. Kilmer waits. He throws, and the pass was intended for Smith, but Kilmer just kind of flung it out of his hand, and that's incomplete. So Mark Mosley comes out with a minute 22 to go. Well, I'm glad I'm not sick either. So this would be from, remember, this is the second year that the goalposts are on the end line and not the goal line, so this would be from 45 yards. Mosley, of course, a straight-ahead kicker. Joe Theismann is the holder, and House, H-A-U-S-S, is the center. He'll snap it. Mosley gets it down, drifting right, and it's no good. So 1:17 to go in the half. Washington 14, Baltimore 10. Been a good game. So Mitchell and McCauley in the backfield. Roger Carr, medium slant. Let's see what they can do. Jones fires. Carr's got it. Bass with the tackle after a gain of 15. 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line, and they'll go into a hurry-up. Mitchell, flat pass near side. He's got it. 40, 45. He is knocked out of bounds by McClinton after a gain of 8. And it'll be 2nd and 2 for Baltimore from the Washington 49 with 53 seconds to go. So the Colts, if they play their cards right, can at least try to get a field goal attempt in. Dowdy on a medium slant. Jones gonna scramble. He's got a 1st down. It's a gain of 3.
Holding. Offense. Number
And it will come off the board as Coons is called for the hold. Sure, Peyton Manning is on the Colts in his diaper. He's pooping on the sidelines in New Orleans with Archie Manning. No wonder why the Russians are up in your game. 2nd and 12. Don't ruin the stream, Gardner. 2nd and 12. Clock is stopped with 47 seconds to go. Chester. Short slant. Jones waits, throws. Chester has it. It's a gain of 5. 3rd and 7. And the Redskins call time with 41 seconds left. They have 1 left. Medium cross to Dowdy. Jones rolls and is sacked by Hamburger for a loss of 9. And the Redskins call timeout on 4th and 16 with 37 seconds to go. So Baltimore will be punting from their own 22. That's where Mr. Lee stands. See what Jones can do. He's on his 20. Comes in at the 25, 30, 35. It's a gain of 11. The clock stops with 31 seconds left. And Washington can stop it. Well, they can't. So Kilmer goes out of the shotgun. Smelling salts coming out for George Allen. Grant. Medium slant. Kilmer throws. Grant's got it at midfield. I don't think it's going to make a difference. A gain of 16. The Redskins have a 1st down. They can go the hurry up. Head out of bounds. Screen to Thomas. Thomas runs the near side. The throw is incomplete. So 6 seconds to go. And they have about as much time to do a Hail Mary. So Grant is the call. Kilmer back to throw. He's going to heave it downfield, and that's going to be intercepted in the end zone by Oldham. And so Ray Oldham, the nickelback, has it, and that's how the first half will end. Washington will get the second half kick. George Allen not a happy camper. But as we bring up the stats, you're going to see an ad. The score, Washington 14, Baltimore 10. Pumpy Tutors! Cyril Turkett! Oh, buddy, how are you? We'll be back in 30 seconds. Pumpy Tutors is one of the funniest people on the planet. If you're on Twitch, go follow him right now. He is an actual gamer, does board games, I think, too. Streams about once a week, and is just a very, very good guy. Does gaming conventions and all that, too. So welcome to the Madhouse. Second quarter scoring presented by DigitalDice.com, the best podcast on the internet for your sports simulations and replay needs. Find us today on Spreaker, Spotify, and wherever else fine podcasts are listed. Robbie got Magic the Gathering, arenas, and an ad for the Navy, because right now a boat is where you want to be. All right, I got the cough drop in with 5 seconds to go on the clock. First downs, Washington 12, Baltimore 8. Oh, I should do the scoring summary, shouldn't I? Billy Kilmer found Grant to make it 14-7 with a very Vermont 8:02 to go. And Tony Lionheart with a field goal of 3:42 made it 14-10. Burt Jones 9-13 for 97. Billy Kilmer 8-14 for 145. And the yardage 199 for Washington, 133 for Baltimore. And so I bet you did. I bet they deliver that now. Seriously, is that the ad you got? I'm going to take a drink. So Washington was set to return. Jones on his 8, Brunette and Nelson on their 15. Lionheart starts the second half to Jones in the 5. 20, hit at the 25 by Volk. A return at 21. No, MLB The Show. That's about as useful for you as Viagra, right? So first and 10 from Washington. Thomas and Brown, the running backs. Taylor and Grant, the receivers. Smith, the tight end. Billy Kilmer, your quarterback. Hermeling and Stark, the tackles. Schonke and Sweeney, the guards. House, the center. First and 10. Trap right, Larry Brown from the 25. Gets a bit of a block. Loose with a tackle gain of 3. 6 carries for Larry for 32 yards. And Loose has 5 tackles. For the Colts, the ends are Dutton and Cook. The tackles are Ehrman and Barnes. McLeod and Loose, the outside linebackers. Chiunsky is the middle linebacker. Mumford and Muncie are your corners. Laird and Wallace, the safeties. Second and 7. Thomas. Sweep left. Near side from the 28. Hit by Dutton at the 30. That's a gain of 2. Third and 5 for Washington. First possession in the second half. Kilmer's going to go to the air again. MLB The Show is a fun console game. I believe it's PS4 only, right? Medium slant to Grant the call. Kilmer rolls around, dumps it down to a running back. That's Thomas. He gets a gain of 9, first and 10. This year it's only PS4, which means that you can stream it on Twitch, because the Xbox only streams to Mixer. Next year it's for everybody. So first and 10 from the 39-yard line. Washington football started the second half. They lead 14-10. Thomas will sweep to the far side from the 39 across the 40. Cook with the tackle at the 43, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 for Washington. A battle of two teams from 1975 because somebody asked for it. I wish I could remember who asked for it. Sometimes this week I wish I could remember my own name. 2nd and 6 from the Washington 43. Dennison comes in for Brown. Moses on a trap right from the 43, gets to the 45, goes that far sideline, hit by Cook for a gain of 3. My name is Maximilian Labcoat. Okay. Yes, because I can't remember my name, yes. My name is Maximilian Labcoat, absolutely. 3rd down and 3 for the Redskins on their own 46. Thomas, they're going to run again. Trap right, handoff from Kilmer. Thomas can't get it. Barnes with the tackle. It's a gain of 2. Pumpy, you so silly. But yes, Maximilian Labcoat. I should try that one. Maybe on my census form online. Mike Barnes with his first tackle for Baltimore. 4th and 1, and Washington will punt it away. So Mike Bragg comes out for the first time. Stevens to punt. Washington has the win behind them, but it really is not much. And, of course, we're in an enclosed stadium. So they'll punt it deep, trying to pin the Colts inside their own 10. They do that and more. It's a touchback, 52-yard punt, no return. 10:42 to go, 3rd quarter. Colts had the football, trailing 14-10. That does sound like a Bond villain, doesn't it, Robbie? So tell me, Maximilian Labcoat, what do you have planned? Bond, I intend for you to die. Well, not before I check the time of my watch, okay? You do that. You do that. All right, so Mitchell and McCauley in the backfield for the Colts. Dowdy and Carr, the wide receivers. Raymond Chester, the tight end. Burt Jones, the quarterback. Coons and Taylor, the tackles. Huff and Blue, the guards. Mendenhall, the safety. Thanks, bud. Defensively for the Redskins, Butts and McDowell are the ends. Brundage and Talbert, the tackles. Hamburger and Dusick, the outside linebackers. McClinton, the inside linebacker. Bass and Fisher, the corners. Houston and Brown are the safeties. Lydell Mitchell. Trap right from the 20-yard line. Handoff from Jones. He stood up by Talbert at the 21, a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 for Baltimore. I didn't even look at the standings. I'm assuming the Redskins were halfway decent. And Burt Jones was the 2nd highest ranked quarterback in the NFL in 75. They couldn't have been that bad. It would be a pound, Robbie, if he had a pound for every time a villain told him. And, yep, Dave, the Redskins are all about the base. About the base. No Allen or no trouble. Yeah, you got it. 2nd and 9. Don McCauley. Off tackle right, handoff from Jones. He's hit by Bass. What ubiquitous timing, Mr. Gardner. For a gain of 1, spotted at the 22, 3rd and 8. Wasn't Maximilian the name of the Warlock? Is that the one that, okay, was that the one that was played by Paul Lynn? No, that was Uncle Arthur. About the bass and no cod, yeah. Or was that, no, Dr. Bombay is who I was thinking of. So who played who played the Warlock? 3rd down and 8. Dowdy on a short slant. Jones to throw. It is caught by McCauley. It's a gain of 1. Brundage is jogging off with a bad knee. And the clock is stopped. 4th and 7. 9:13 to go in the 3rd quarter. So 3 plays and 3 yards for the Colts, which is pretty much nothing doing. And David Lee will stand on his 8-yard line. Jones has had a big day. He's on his 32. Runs to the 35 and calls a fair catch Good hang time, no return, 42-yard net. And Mark Forsberg says lots of talent on the Colts in the mid-'70s, but never delivered the championship. Of course, keeping Burt Jones healthy became a huge issue as the '70s wore on. 9:08 to go in the third quarter. Washington 14, Baltimore 10. So Thomas and Brown in the backfield for Washington. Thomas off tackle left, hand off to the near side. Munzie with the tackle, hit at the 39, gain of 4. And a final on this update from Montreal. Game 1 of the Summit Series goes to the Soviets, 6-4. May the bloodletting begin in Montreal. 2nd and 6. From the 39. Yeah. No, me either, John. I have had one of those weeks. Been thinking about you and Lorenzo. I haven't seen Lorenzo in a while, and now I'm worried. Glad that you stepped in. Brown off tackle right from the 39. He gets across the 40. Cook with a tackle at the 42, and that is a gain of 3. And hey, gang, we have rolled across the 8 o'clock hour in our football special. My name is Ron Juckett. This is Retro Sports Network. I have no idea, since it's an exhibition game, what network would this game be on? But we'll pretend it's NBC because the AFC is the road team. So tonight on NBC, what shows from 1975 can I make fun of? Actually, we'll just do it CBS. Tonight on CBS starts with All in the Family. Archie and Edith go to a Lamaze class. Why? Because Edith's bored. That's why. Followed by Mary Tyler Moore. Sue Ann Nivens bakes a special dish of brownies that makes the rest of the staff loopy. Wonder what that's about. At 9 o'clock, join us for Rhoda. Rhoda goes through and files for divorce. At 9:30, Good Times. You'll have a dynamite time watching Good Times, and tonight on Carol Burnett at 10 o'clock Eastern on CBS. Tim Conway is there, along with special guest Bernadette Peters and Kermit the Frog, all tonight on CBS. 3rd and 3. Yeah, there was an earthquake in Salt Lake City this morning. Mike is fine, by the way, rattled. They've had several aftershocks. The initial one, I believe, was a 5.7. Knocked part of the Mormon Tabernacle Church down. Pitch right to Thomas. Hand off. Thomas won't get the first down. He's hit at the 42 by Cook. Robbie, you don't want those brownies. 4th and 3 for Washington. Clock running, 7.5 to go. So the Redskins go 3 and out. And Mike Bragg will come in to punt. With the wind, they'll punt it deep. Stevens back to return. They're going to try this from inside the 15. Bragg, Stevens at the 10, Stevens to the 20. And he's hit for a gain of 14. Spotted at the 24. That's Howard Stevens. So 1st and 10 for Baltimore. 6:55 to go in the third quarter of this coronavirus special. Redskins 14, Baltimore 10. And I'm sure when I post that, yeah, Lyle Wagner did pass away today at the age of 84. It's also the sidekick to Wonder Woman. Olds in the backfield with Mitchell. Off tackle right for Olds from the 24. Gets across the 25. McDowell. Gain of 3. Oh, I forgot about that. Cher wears more skimpy outfits and make fun of Sonny's mustache tonight on CBS. Oh, Cher, I love you. Go get bed, Sonny. Okay. 2nd and 7. An actual probable conversation. And don't forget on Sonny and Cher, you can scare the crap out of your 4-year-old kid by the miming expertise of Shields and Yarnell. Those two used to scare the poop right out of me. Mitchell. Trap left from the 27. Goes to the sideline. Gain of 2 before McClinton can make the tackle. 3rd and 5 coming up for the Colts. Jones is looking for Roger Carr on a medium cross. Jones rolls right, throws over, tries to find Olds, and nothing doing. So 3 and out. It was the 70s, Robbie. You had to be there. 4th and 5. Clock stopped, 5:28 to go. And so the Colts turn to punt. David Lee stands on his 14. Jones on his 25. Jones goes to the 35. He's hit by McLeod at the 37. It's a gain of 4. Deborah Winger was on. Yeah, I remember that when she was about 17. It's amazing what we remember. What'd you have for dinner? Oh, I mentioned it. I had caught. So 1st and 10, 5:22 to go. Third quarter, Washington leads at 14-10. They had the ball on their own 37. Brown and Thomas in the backfield. Off tackle right for Thomas. And he is stood up by McLeod at the 37. No gain. Redskins have run it 27 times, but only for 85 yards. And so this would be a Big Ten football game, 3 yards in a cloud of grass. Kilmer wants to go to the air. Medium hits to Charlie Taylor. Back to throw, has time, goes to a running back instead. Chiyunsky with a tackle. Brown has it for a gain of 4, and it's 3rd and 6 with 4:39 to go in the third. Kilmer looking at Frank Grant. On a medium slant, under center, waits, throws. Grant's got it, 40, 35, 30, 20, and he's hit by Muncie at the 10. A gain of 49. I forgot about that show, too. So Grant gives the Redskins 1st and goal from the Colt 10. And Kilmer 11 of 17 now for 207 yards. And yep, Tony Orlando gets rid of Dawn tonight on CBS. Very good. So huge plays coming up. The Redskins could put a stake in the heart of Baltimore with another touchdown here. Trap left for Thomas from the 10. He gets it to the 8, cuts to the near side. They spot it at the 7, and Chiyunsky makes his 5th tackle. Thomas 17 carries for only 42 yards. Denson back in the football game. You didn't miss much. Marcus Wilby, MD, 75 Happy Days was on. Not sure what year Laverne and Shirley made their debut. Right around then. Bewitched. Kojak finds out how many licks it takes to the center of a Tootsie Pop. Only on CBS. Moses Denson. Trap left from the 7. Hands off from Kilmer. He's hit by Dutton at the 4. It's a gain of 3. That's what I call my football streams, Robbie. 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line. 2:38, clock running. Redskins looking to hammer this one home. They lead 14-10. Can Kilmer run? No. Can Thomas run? Pitch left side. Near sideline from Kilmer. Thomas has room. Thomas has 6. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. So they got it from the 4. The Colts played a pass defense. They doubled Charlie Taylor. And in this day and age, you just go for the run from there. And Thomas finally gets in the end zone. So 20-10. 6 plays, 63 yards, and 3:23 off the clock. It's good. Mosley hits the extra point.
Grabbing the face mask. Defense.
And that's just dumb.
Penalty.
That's a dumb penalty. Anyway, so the Redskins will kick off from their own 50. So we're going to pretend that someone's going to return this. Mark Mosley will kick right on the ear of the logo. Baltimore will just take a knee. Kicks it out of the back of the end zone. 1:59 to go in the third. Skins 21, Colts 10. course, Mr. Forsberg, the big show on ABC in the early 70s was Monday Night Football. Mitchell and Olds in the backfield, Dowdy and Carr, the wide receivers. Lydell Mitchell. Off tackle right, 1st and 10 from the 20. Gets a block. Won't get it first. Brown will bring him down, however, at the 28. Ken Mendenhall with the big block. Eddie Brown, the free safety, not the wide receiver, is shown, made the stop. 2nd and 2. Oh, Todd. Tonight on the Waltons, John Boy is looking for love in all the wrong places. CBS, your eye on TV. Pitch left for Mitchell. First down, maybe. He's hit at the 30. He got the Dave Gardner measurement, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Colts on their own 30-yard line. They're working it from left to right. They're in white. Lots of grass stains now on the jerseys. Blue numbers, white helmet with a horseshoe. And what little wind there is at RFK, they're going into. Just a gorgeous day, 83 degrees. Sunshiny day. Bill Olds. Trap right. Hand off across the 30. Houston with the tackle at the 32. And that's a gain of 2. And we've played 3 quarters here at RFK. The 4th quarter coming up. Colts had the football, but the Redskins lead 21-10. Only one score on our digital dice scoring summary. Thomas on a 4-yard run as I munch on the end of my cough drop to tap a 6th play 63-yard drive with 1:59 to go to make it 21-10. Yardage belongs to look at the time of possession. 27-19 for the Skins, 17-41 for the Colts. Net offense 292 to 153. Kilmer 11 for 17 for 207 yards. So the Colts have some work to do. Not in the 70s, Robbie. 2 Canadian, CBC and CTV, which Lloyd Robertson worked for both at one point. 1 CBS, 1 ABC, and 2 from the National Broadcasting Company. Did you get your TV out of Detroit and Windsor? Todd, the only Fox that existed in the 70s was Farrah. And to paraphrase Al, we all dated that poster. 2nd down and 8. Mitchell. Pitch right to the near side. Gets a block, 35-40, 45-50 in the Washington territory. Bass beat him down at the 44, a gain of 24. So 1st and 10. That's a big play. The Colts 19 carries now for 88 yards. And 4.6 a touch. Off tackle right for Olds from the 44 across the 40. And that's a gain of 6. So Baltimore picking up some momentum. 2nd and 4 from the DC 38. Can Jones run? Oh, he can. He can. Jones is going to run a bootleg. Scrambles around. Far side. 1st down. 30. Houston at the 26. A gain of 12. That's how Burt Jones got hurt. 1st and 10 from the Washington 26. So they're going to go to the air on 1st down. Medium slant to Dowdy. Jones waits, throws. Dowdy dropped it. He was covered by Fisher, and he heard footsteps, and he just dropped the ball. So 2nd and 10, 12:35 to go from the Washington 26. Mitchell on a draw. 25, Brundage back in the ballgame, makes the tackle at the 24, a gain of 2, 3rd and 8. Drink time. Mr. Forsberg had the chance to get Detroit Channel 50 on cable. He lived out in the country, so it was antenna from us. Okay. WKBD, Detroit. 3rd down and 8 for the Colts on the 24 of Washington. They are, for Leinart, about a coin flip. 54%. He's going to look to Raymond Chester. On a short cross, under center is Jones. He waits, he throws, Chester's got it. Can he get the first? No! It's a gain of 8, but they're short. They're about half a yard short. And they're going to go. There really is no advantage of going for the field goal here. They only got a 59% chance. They think they have a better... Ted Marchibroda has a better chance of making the first down than the field goal. Kurt Berglund, how are you, my friend? It's Lydell Mitchell. Just ground and pound time as he goes on the dive. Hand off from Jones. Mitchell gets the first. Dusick with the tackle at the 14. It's a gain of 2. And the Colts, 10 plays, 66 yards in 6 minutes. McCauley comes back in the game. 1st and 10 from the Washington 14. Baltimore trailing 21-10. Two teams from 1975 going at it in a coronavirus special. McCauley sweeping to the left side. Goes to the far side. 15. McClinton with a tackle at the 13. A gain of 1. Todd had posters of posters. Miss Fawcett, Miss Ladd, Miss Anton, and Miss Teagues. We can tell that Todd was a naughty little boy in the 70s. 2nd and 9 from the 13 of Washington. Mitchell in the flat near side. Has it from Jones. 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Touchdown, Baltimore! Lydell Mitchell near sideline for 6, and it's a 5-point game. It's a 1-score game. Here it is again, and Mitchell just found all sorts of pay dirt, and so Leinart will try to tack on the extra point. He does. 12 plays, 80 yards, 7:26 gone. 9:33 to go in the football game. It's the Redskins 21, the Colts 17. We know you're still naughty. I've seen your puns. And so, wait, we've taken so long to play this that they moved game 2 in Hamilton or Toronto, Dave? And the Soviets lead 1-0 early. Love to watch curling, and I don't really understand the... Pumpy, are you still here? Pumpy, I think, is a big curling fan. So, Jones back deep. Brunette and Nelson, and we're going to watch for the onside. Leinart kicks it away into the back of the end zone. It's in Toronto, okay. And I don't know if this is being returned or not. Well, it was. Craig Nettles somehow made the tackle at the 23. So it's kicked to the 5 and returned to the 23. Washington starts right there after an 18-yard return. So a 1-score game, 21-17, 9:24 to go. Thomas and Brown in the backfield. Larry Jones has had himself a game. Larry Brown, trap right, 1st and 10. From the 23, he's hit by Luce at the 26. A gain of 3. And Washington again, content to run the football. Thomas. Pitch right from Kilmer. Over the 30. Hit at the 32, a gain of 6. And Fred Cook has 10 tackles on the game. Thomas, 19 carries for 52. And it's 3rd and a short 1 for Washington. 8.5 to go. Clock running. Denson coming in. 1 tight end set. Yep, from Maple Leaf Gardens. Denson on the dive. He's got it and more. 40, 45. He got in the secondary. Had a huge hole. Walt Sweeney, the right guard, just sprung it and Denson turned a 1-yard play into 15. So 1st and 10 from the Washington 47, 7:41 to go. That might have been game over. The Colts, well, they have a better quarterback in Jones, but Washington, they can score a touchdown here. It's over. Trap right to Thomas. Flag down. He's hit at the 50. The ball is loose. Mumford fumbles it, and Baltimore recovers. Wallace.
Encroachment, defense.
But it's all coming back as Dutton, in his dear soft 70s hair, made contact before the snap. So the Mumford tackle and the Wallace recovery means nothing. And Ted Marsha-Broda is on the sidelines. He is absolutely livid, but there's no replay in 1975. Did Kilmer ever throw a spiral? No. He threw a lot of parties, but he never threw a spiral. Of course, Billy got his start with the Saints in New Orleans. 1st and 5. Dennison on a dive play from the 48 of Baltimore. Wallace will make the tackle. Dennison's hurt. Going to stay in the game. And we're very sneakily going to change him for Brown, and so the clock can run. Shh. So 2nd and 3. Brown out of block. Thomas. Fullback dive. Handoff from Kilmer. Flag is down. No first down. It's a gain of 1.
Holding. Offense. Number 56.
That's on the
10-yard
center.
penalty.
House. Again, love that hair. Gain a loss of 10. So 2nd and 13. 6:11 to go. Clock stopped. 21-17 Washington. Yeah, hockey night in Canada. And we'd take pretty much, I think we'd all take hockey from pretty much anywhere now. Brown on the flat near side. Kilmer is going to scramble, and Barnes is going to sack him for a loss of 5. And now it's 3rd and 18. Kilmer has found the grass here in Washington 3 times. The Redskins, however, are 10 for 13 on 3rd down. Jefferson, the 3rd receiver, he's on the near side. They look for Taylor. Long slant. Kilmer under center. Has time. Flag is down. The ball is knocked loose.
Pass interference. Defense.
Oh,
Number
what a
52,
cheapy
5-yard
penalty.
Penalty. Automatic. First down.
McLeod made contact. He went down to Thomas, and McLeod made contact early. And so instead of it being 4th down, it's 1st down with 5:24 to go. What a turn of events for Washington. And Marsha-Broda is beyond upset. Oh, the Iditarod finished today. Suppose why not? Thomas sweeps it far side from the 44. His hit by Mumford after a loss of 4. So spotted at the 40. 2nd and 14. Crowd didn't like that one at all. Ralph Nelson comes in the game. Mush, mush, mush. That sounds like the oatmeal I'm going to have tomorrow morning. So Ralph Nelson comes in the football game. Runs a trap right on 2nd 14-40. He's hit by Barnes at the 42. A gain of 2. And the clock running 5:10. And 3rd and a long 12. Thomas comes back in to be the running back. 3 receivers set again. Grant on a medium slant. Kilmer has time. He goes to the near sideline, and that's incomplete. So Baltimore, with 4:39 to go, is going to get the football back. Because you're not going to go for it on 4th and 12. The Redskins ran 10 plays and only got 19 yards. They did, however, take 4:45 off the clock. Mike Bragg to punt from his 42, 27. Stevens at his 20. It's a fair catch. And so Burt Jones has 434 and 80 yards to win the football game. Mitchell and Olds in the backfield. Screen to Mitchell, 1st and 10. Jones goes down, nothing doing, 2nd and 10. Glad to have you along on this. It's a Wednesday, right? Wednesday night? I forget, it's just been so long. Baseball for you noon tomorrow. I think I picked the Dodgers and the Phillies. I think that's the game tomorrow. At noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Short slant to Roger Carr. Throws, 1st down from Jones to Carr. It's a gain of 13. Yeah, they are kind of blended together, aren't they? So 1st and 10 for Baltimore. 4:15 to go. Clock running. Medium out to Dowdy. Jones scrambles around, throws. Dowdy has it, far sideline. Fisher with a tackle after a gain of 16. So Jones, 14 of 21 for 148 yards and a score. Clock stopped, 3:27 to go. Baltimore has it on their own 49. They trail 21-17. Got to switch positions here. So Baltimore can pretty much do what they want. Dowdy on a jet sweep to the near side. Going to get a hold? No. Brown makes the tackle after a gain of 4. 2nd and 6. 4 yards on the carry. Eddie Brown, not that Eddie Brown, makes the tackle. 3:18 clock running. They'll go hurry up here. Medium hitch to Lydell Mitchell. Flag is down. Pass is incomplete.
Holding defense. Number 41, 5-yard penalty.
And the football gods giveth and they taketh away. So a 5-yard hold on Bass gives Baltimore a 1st down. And with 3:01 to go, a stop clock on the 42. Yep, baseball on the week, at least Sunday. We'll see what we're doing Saturday. Oh, Mr. Forsberg said he had an open field across the street from our house, so they used it for a start-finish line for an annual dog sled race. If the weather's crappy, we'll do one Saturday. If not, Sunday. We're just trying to keep everyone all entertained together. Sunday's schedule will be a baseball game at noon and the Professional Football Championship of 1986. Of course, intentional grounding was in effect in 75. Absolutely. The Professional Football Championship of 1986 will be at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, between the San Francisco 49ers and the New England Patriots. And we got a treat for you for that one. Without looking it up, can you tell me who actually sang the national anthem of Super Bowl 21? And I hit the wrong button here, so you're going to see that penalty again. Olds. Little dumper. And that is tried for, and that doesn't work. Dusek on the coverage. 2nd and 10, 2:58 to go. So that's incomplete. Jones now 14 of 22. But all sorts of dinks and dunks. They doubled Raymond Chester, by the way. Chester on a medium slant. Jones waits. He's got time, but he doesn't have Chester. Incomplete, 3rd and 10. Not Eddie Arnold. Game was in Pasadena, by the way. So 3rd down and 10. 3 wide receivers set. Johnson, the 3rd receiver. Doing the whole game, so. Carr, they need 10. 2:50 to go. Medium cross to Roger Carr. Jones has time, but he does not have Carr. Yeah, it certainly was a loss of down, and I thought it was a spot penalty, too. Not Tony Orlando. So 4th down, and now the Colt defense needs to stand tall. You can't really go for it. 86 season, Super Bowl 87. Who did the anthem? Who did the halftime show? It was not Up for People. Or Up with People. Sideline punt. They're hoping to pin the Skins inside the 10. They do not. They do. It rolls dead at the 5. It was not REM. Super Bowl. Come on. Really? REM at the Super Bowl in the mid-80s? So Baltimore is all 3 timeouts. 2:34 to go. The Redskins lead by 4. 2 tight end set. Thomas and Brown, though. Sure it was. Dave was busy with his... Yeah, the Beastie Boys. Pete Rozelle would have had a heart attack on the spot. Brown. Fullback dive from the 5. He gets it to the 6. It's a gain of 1. And Washington will let the clock run to the 2-minute warning. Timeout on the floor. Washington has 2nd and 9. The Colts have all 3 timeouts. But Washington has the ball and leads 21-17. The Beastie Boys. Wani is right. Carol Channing, I think, did do a Super Bowl. It wasn't 21. It wasn't Sonny and Cher either. But the Beach Boys were the halftime entertainment. Todd B., buy yourself a cookie. 2nd and 9 from the 6. Thomas. Trap left. And he gets it to the 10. He goes to the near sideline, and Chunski makes a tackle at the 12. Colts will call time. 3rd down and 3. And now George Allen has to make a decision. Do you throw it here? 1st down doesn't win you the game, but it probably comes close to sealing it if you don't make it. Not in the 70s, Michigan man says. Tarkenton against the 49ers was 50 behind the line of scrimmage and grounded the ball. Yep. 5 or 10 and a loss of down. Okay. I would say, yeah. I know it was a loss of down. And Tarkenton... Did Al Jardine have a wardrobe malfunction in that one? He twerked. 3rd and 3. They're going to run. They're going to throw out of this to Jerry Smith. Short slant. They're taking the chance. Kilmer throws 1st down. A gain of 11 to Smith. And that's his 3rd catch for 37 yards. Baltimore has only 1 timeout to go. And so they'll stay in this. There's no kneeling in 1975. They got to run the football. Whitney was about 10 and 7. Oh, no, it wasn't Whitney. That was a few years later. Gutsy, I wasn't sure what to do because if you run the football and don't get it, you're punting from there and giving Jones about half a field. And Baltimore can throw it. If you complete it and get the 1st down, pretty much wrapping up the game. Safety run for Mike Thomas. From the 23, he's hit by Cook for a gain of 1. The Colts will call time. No, they don't. They're going to let it run. So, no, it wasn't Whitney. She was 4 years later. Brown on a dive. Handoff is hit by Laird. 3rd and 7. 51 seconds, and Baltimore will call their last timeout. So the Colts will get the football back. They're not throwing it here. But they're probably going to have about 5 seconds to do something with it. Thomas. Draw play. And he runs it to the 30. It's a gain of 5, and now bring up 4th down. They do have to run a play. 43 seconds to go. Bragg will punt it deep. Taken at the 30, 35, 40. A return of 13. Otis Sistrunk with a tackle, but the game is over. And Washington has beaten Baltimore in this request special 21-17. One more crack for an answer here, gang. Todd, my pleasure. Burt Jones, 14 of 24 for 148. Jones hit Mitchell for the touchdown. 9:33 to go in the football game to make it a one-score game. Offense 337 for Washington, 254 for Baltimore. That was a good game. I'm glad that someone asked for this. Billy Kilmer, 12 of 19 for 218. No. Nope. Not Huey Lewis. A little too radical for Pete Rozell's NFL. We try. I'll give it here. We'll put up the defense. We'll give you another round of guesses. Jones, by the way, had 124 yards on 7 catches. Bass, the leading tackler for Washington, he had 8. And Cook had 12 for Baltimore and a sack, a hurry, and a forced fumble. George Hamburger had 3 tackles and a sack. Dutton and Barnes had the sacks for Baltimore, and Hamburger had the lone sack for Washington. Okay, well, so there's our 2 streams of the day. So glad you guys could stay and watch. Hopefully others will be streaming. That's about it for me today. I gotta go say hello to Appa Brian, who was trying to message me on Facebook. Neil Diamond sang the national anthem for that Super Bowl between the Giants and the Broncos, and I would have never have guessed the Giants were 9.5-point favorites in that football game. All right, baseball tomorrow. Dodgers and Phillies from the vet, I think. I just gave you the answer. John, what do you want game 3? Gonna try. Now we're gonna see. These night streams are gonna be as how I feel. I feel a lot more energetic now than I did an hour and a half ago. But if we're doing a stream tomorrow night, it's gonna be some college basketball. Not sure what we're gonna do, but it's gonna be some college basketball for the tournament. Some March Madness for you. Or I can just, show you where my bald spot is, one of the two. Hey, Pumpy, thanks for the follow, buddy, if you're still here. So, tomorrow, baseball at noon, maybe college basketball. We'll see how I feel at 7. Until then, I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much. Be safe, love each other, and we'll talk to you tomorrow for baseball at 12 Eastern, 9 Pacific.